Coach, winter is just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go. They're on 22-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Hey, box truck. Hit it.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. To throw on third down, Jones steps away to his left. He's got his man, it's Andrews. He got 29 yards that time. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
Yeah, on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. Jones heading up here 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Jones now. Back to the air on second down. Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. 4 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's third down.
On the ready.
Jones operating from the gun. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Let's go now. Mike, touch the outlaws. Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check, check. Lucky. Let's go. Come on. Ball trot. Mike's 50. Let it go.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing Jones. A short throw caught by Andrews. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Watch your slap.
On 3rd down, Jones. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 34-yard line.
Set, ready. Go to base. Hey, got tight left.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ravens 7, Bills nothing.
Let's go. 18 Gator. 50 to Mike. On the ball.
From the gun, here's Brissett. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
And the Bills first down.
Brissett to throw on first. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. A first down carry for Barkley. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 13-yard line.
Here we go, 50, 50. Mike, 50. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mike, 50. Off, D. Here we go, here we go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. What?
On second and 11 now. Brissett, and that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Nick Boyle, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, let's go. Got it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3. Now Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Ravens on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's third and 3.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, let's go.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 6th touchdown of the season, as the Ravens push further out in front. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Brissett on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Throwing again, Brissett on second and 10. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Now Jones throwing to start the drive. Got a man, it's caught. for a Ravens touchdown. Deebo Samuel with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as the Ravens push further out in front. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 3rd down, Brissett. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. They've got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Brissett again. And he rifles one incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and it's 3rd and 5.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. That'll get them the 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here we go, D. F-O-F-O. Shit.
1st down, Brissett, flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Will Harris, the rookie from Boston College, who picked it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late 2nd quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You got to try and get a 1st down and run out this 1st half.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Time to go. Night. Mike's 50.
Yeah.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
Shoot.
To throw from his end zone. Jones trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two.
Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh?
Out of the gun, Brissett. Flush to his right. He'll run it.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
50 to Mike. Watch the screen.
Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Watch the eye.
Here's Brissett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Tighten up. Zoom, zoom. Rush in. Rush in. Go, go.
Now Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, But they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, dude.
Jones now. Going to throw again. Open man is Samuel. Complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. He finds his target, Fuller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Barner. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They run again with Barner. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Go! Hey, check, Mike 50. Hey, D-line, let's get in there, Let's go, Mike 50.
On 1st down, Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former 3rd-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones eluding the pressure right. He's got Fuller. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
We better not.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Go! Hey, let's go! 50! Get that quarterback, defense!
Looking to throw. Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Brissett now. He gets this to Devontae Adams. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Third and short yardage, Brissett. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to first.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Brissett now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Here's Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
To try again after the sack. Brissett. And he's going to go down again. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Looking deep for Adams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Jones to throw again. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
The Bills on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Out of his end zone, Brissett. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Kenyon Barner, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And here it's just a simple question of whether or not the ball broke the plane. Well, I said it's simple. It's not really that simple. This could be really complicated.
We would love for it to be simple, to know that it did actually cross the plane of the goal line. But as you described, it is a difficult call. All it takes is a portion of the ball crossing that line. Now the officials have to determine if that happened.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They'll start out on the ground as Saquon Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Everyone got 4 down.
They'll go to Barkley again. It's a foot race. 30, 20. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Brissett sets to throw it. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On second and goal, Brissett. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat. What a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Throwing, Brissett. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Johnson was the intended receiver. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing, Jones. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.